With a week to go, let's quickly tell you how the electoral process works in the US. It's a little complicated, so stay with us.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. do solemnly swear.
We will make America great again.
We are here because we are fighting for democracy.
Americans elect their president every 4 years. The process is complicated, to say the least. United States is the only country where the law decides the election date. It is always the Tuesday following the first Monday in the month of November. So this time, it is 5th of November. But the voting starts way before this day. So let's rewind a little. The process really starts with caucuses and primaries, a process where both parties, Republicans and Democrats, decide their candidates state by state. Those began early in January and wrapped up by June this time. It was only at the official convention of the parties that Donald Trump and Kamala Harris were officially chosen as the nominees, along with their running mates, of course. Then came the debate night. The September 10th presidential debate hosted by ABC was one of the many turning points in this election season. The vice presidential nominees also faced each other on October 1st in a debate hosted by CBS. Now we come to the crucial part, voting. You'll often hear us say 5th of November is the D-Day. But the truth is, majority of the states start voting about 2 months before that. In the total of 50, 47 states and the District of Columbia allow some kind of early voting. The 39 states marked in blue allow in-person voting as well as mail-in ballots. Then there are the 9 orange states that have some conditions put in place. Interestingly, there are only 3 states in America that don't allow early voting, unless one has a very credible reason for mail-in. In fact, records for early voting has already been broken this time. All of this leads to November 5th. And unfortunately, this is where it gets even more complicated. One would imagine that the candidate with most number of votes wins the election. But that's not the case in America. In fact, Donald Trump won the 2016 election against Hillary Clinton with lesser number of votes. So to win the election, a candidate must gain an absolute majority of 270 or more. And to reach this mark, they need to get enough electoral college electors. Stay with me. Each state in US has electoral college electors. Imagine them as representatives of the state. And their number is always proportional to the population of the state. For example, California is the most populous state in America. It has 54 electors. And smaller states like Wyoming have only 3. And this is where popular vote comes in. Let's go back to our example of California. The voters there have received a ballot something looking like this. While it will have the names of the candidates, the voters won't be directly voting for the president. Instead, they are just simply telling their state which candidate they want. The state then uses these votes to appoint electors accordingly. Let me explain that with numbers. If Democrats have won 28 electoral votes and Republicans have won 26, the entire state will be given to the Democrats. So the number of votes don't really matter, as long as a party has the majority. To make matters worse, there are 2 exceptions here, Maine and Nebraska, which distribute them proportionally. Now, following this complex procedure, all votes are counted after November 5th. And with a process like this, it could take days for the final result. Like in the last election of 2020, President Joe Biden's win was announced 4 days after Election Day. It could be less or more this time, but either way, the Constitution dictates that the president will take charge at 12:01 p.m. on January 20th. Stay with me, Ananya Datta, for more such explainers on the US election. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.